Have you ever asked yourself how you can develop a sense of self-identity while still appeasing everybody else? Of course you have. And the truth is, it needs to stop now, because I've got news for you. It's not going to happen. We cannot develop a sense of self-worth, self-identity, while appealing to everybody else. It simply cannot happen. Regardless of how we live our life, regardless of the path we take, regardless of how noble our intentions are, sooner or later, we are going to encounter somebody in life who will become offended or insulted at the way we live our life. Guess what? That's tough shit. That's life. Now, the most important things you can do to develop a good sense of self-identity and self-purpose are to develop personal convictions and ethics. What is important to you in life? What are you passionate about in life? What are your personal ethics and convictions? That's the first step we need to take. We need to develop a good sense of purpose and conviction in who we are and what we stand for. What are we passionate about? The next thing we need to do is ask ourselves, why are we developing these convictions? Why is this important to us? Why are we passionate about that? We need to have the why to go with the conviction, the personal ethic that we're adhering to. In order to have the why, we can start beginning to really develop these stepping stones of personal convictions. Now, the third thing we need to do is we need to develop a sense of action. We need to develop a good plan of action to follow through and actually live by the same example that we're preaching. If we're not living by example, then our words are hollow. Our words are empty. We need to live by that example. Now, that's the hardest part for so many people to do, and I've caught myself doing this time and time again in the past. If we don't live by the example that we're setting out there, then our words will get nowhere. And when we do decide to live by the example that we're setting out there, that's when we're going to start getting the attention of other people. That's when the heads are going to start turning. Heads are going to start turning both directions. Now, regardless of what we do, we might get an endless amount of support. We might get an endless amount of criticism. There's going to be everywhere in between that spectrum as well. That is something we need to come to terms with. We will be criticized for our actions in life. We cannot, however, allow the opinion of others to become our reality. We cannot water ourselves down and minimize who we are on the core level to make everybody happy. Because when we do that, sure, we might make somebody else happy, but then there'll be somebody over here on the right who'll say, well, wait a minute, I really respect and appreciated what you did. I really appreciated the way you lived your life. This is insulting to me. Then you're going to get pulled a little to the right. Now over here, somebody on the left is going to pull you this way. You're going to be jerked around by every which imaginable direction possible if you continue to appeal or have the intention of appealing to everybody you come across in your life. Stop doing it now. Stop being a people pleaser. Sure, it's great to understand and get on the level of other people to develop a good sense of understanding and who they are. That's different. We cannot change who we are to satisfy other people. That is no way to reach success in life or to reach a good sense of self-identity. Stop now, unless you want to amount to a nobody in life, and nobody wants to amount to a nobody in life. Never compromise who you are based off of who other people are or what other people do. Always stay true to yourself. It might not attract it might not attract everybody, but it will always attract the right people in life. So think about that. Live by those examples. Live by those convictions. Live by those personal ethics that you've developed. Understand why you've developed these ethics. Follow through with action. Understand that, yes, you are going to step on toes. That's life. That's just the way things go. People will become offended. People will tell you every reason imaginable as to why you shouldn't be saying this, why you shouldn't be doing that, why you should be doing it this way, why you should be doing it that way, in order to not offend anybody else. Again, that's slowly stripping away our dignity and our sense of self-worth. Eventually, we'll be questioning our very own motives in life. We can't. We have to separate ourselves from that. We have to rise above that. We have to be a leader. We have to lead by example. If we compromise who we are, we will strip away every sense of our self-identity. So think about those words. Never compromise who you are to satisfy somebody else.